After made his place at the most powerful table, but later he found out that he wasn't meant for magic, and with his shattered hopes he died. We'll see what happens next, but before that, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hype up the video. At the start of episode 1, we see Demon Castle, which is going through a lot of chaos. One demon is getting hit by a fire attack from a table, while another is under a water attack. Then our third table, Afternoon, starts hitting with a lightning attack, and the hero attacks with his sword. But Damon had stopped him. Now his feet were sinking into the ground because Earth Maze was using his power, so he couldn't move for a while. Afterall was really tired. But then Damon started charging up an energy blast, and the attack was super powerful, heading straight for them. Earth Maze quickly made a wall to block it, but Damon began charging another attack. Meanwhile, the other mages were attacking him. Damon had to block their attacks with his hands, and taking advantage of that, the hero stabbed a sword into his head and then hit him with a really powerful attack. Lightning strikes first, then the others jump in and attack too. That's how the demon finally got killed and the whole kingdom was celebrating. Everyone was cheering for the mages. The king announced that these 4 great warriors helped the hero defeat the demon king. Because of your hard work, I'm awarding you the titles of Fire, Water, and Wind Mages, the most powerful mages around. From today on, I'm naming you the 4 Appearers. Hearing this, Eft got really emotional. He says that in this world, only those with noble blood can get the title of Emperor. And even though this title only holds power in the magical world, we're still being given this honor. What an amazing reward. That's why the king stepped forward to crown Afterall. He said, "You may not be the most powerful in the magic world, but you've still been given the title of Emperor. From today on, you can call yourself the Lightning Emperor." Hearing this, Afterall's eyes welled up with tears. He was so happy to receive this honor. Just then, the king turned to the crowd and they asked the crowd to clap, and everyone starts cheering for them. After that, Eftel says that after studying magic for 40 years, people have finally recognized his hard work and effort, and that too in such an amazing way. Some time passes. Eftel is standing in a field when a girl named Marley comes to call him for breakfast. He wishes her good morning and says today is also a great day for training. Then, he makes all the students focus on magic training by putting a stone on their heads. But then, the boy gets distracted and the stone slips out of his hand. Af tells him to focus and explains that if he can't concentrate, he won't be able to maintain the magic circle during chanting. For now, he tells them to stop and asks them to cast a level 4 spell. Just then, Merlin asks the master why he doesn't hurry up a bit, but Aft says he's not tired at all yet. Seeing Merlin worry about him, he remembers how he found her crying as a child because her demon mother had died. It felt bad because their fight got their demon mom stuck. He starts thinking maybe you don't even remember, but I had killed a lot of people from your demon clan, and look at you now looking at me with so much concern. He tells them, all right, let's go over the level 4 spell again. But Merlin begs, please teach us level 6 magic. The other students were shocked hearing this. They said, we just learned level 5 a little while ago. Apple says, same old story as always. Marlin is really fired up. She says, obviously, I'm the best student Lightning Emperor's ever had. He asks her, why are you in such a rush, Marlin? Just focus on your practice first because the basics are super important. Marlin replies, I know, but I have to hurry, and then she falls quiet. Now we see Marlin outside a forest. She says, I can't be scared, and heads inside. Going a bit deeper, she spots a cave. She says, I'm going to face this monster. I'm gonna win so I can truly call myself the best student of Lightning Emperor, and then I'll teach everyone else, so the monster doesn't have to teach the kids so much and they can rush more easily. Then we see her running. The same monster is chasing her. She says, my level 4 magic isn't working on it at all. Now she has only one chance left and starts casting a spell. The monster was getting closer to her. But Merlin focuses and finally manages to pull off a level 6 thunderbolt attack. But even after that, the monster wasn't hurt. She falls down trying to get away from its attack, and the monster was about to kill her. But then Eft arrives and saves her, angrily saying, I told you to stay away from this forest. Merlin apologizes. Eft calms down a bit and explains, "Listen, Merlin, out of all the students, you've got the most potential. But you're rushing things, and power gained too quickly isn't real power because it slips right through your fingers." Just as he was saying this, suddenly, the monster gets back up and starts growling. Aftel says, "Don't interrupt me while I'm talking," and then he uses a level 10 spell to kill it, way more powerful than anything before. Then they head back home. Merlin was super impressed and said, "Master Aftel is so powerful." Aftel replies, "Same old story, all right, that's enough studying for today. Time to get some sleep." As Merlin starts to leave, Aftel suddenly collapses. He was sick and bleeding from his mouth. He asks, "You saw it, right, Merlin?" She says that she's been noticing for a long time and that's why she wanted to learn fast. Aftel thinks, "Wow, she's working so hard for me." Merlin asks, "Master Aftel, please take care of yourself and rest as much as you can." But Aftel says he has very little time left and absolutely no time to rest. Merlin asks, "But why? And why are you training in magic even when you're so sick?" Aftel explains, "Because I want to train talented students like you. They'll come after me. I wanted to be the most powerful person in this world." Merlin asks, "What do you mean by wanted?" Aftel says, "Every table dreams of being the most powerful table in the world and I wanted the same. But sadly, I'll never reach that level." Merlin says, "What are you saying? You're very powerful. Lightning Emperor is the strongest and even today you used a level 10 spell so easily." Aftel replies, "I get what you're trying to say, but new young talents. In front of the kids, I'm nothing. And in the fight against the Demon King, I was the oldest and had to struggle the most." The next day, a student tells Aftel there's big news. Flame Appear has completed the theory of magic aptitude. Hearing this, Aftel was shocked. The student gives him the details. As he reads the paper, Aftel explains that magic aptitude, figuring out someone's magical abilities, was thought to be impossible. But Flame Appear sent the formula, and after looking at it, he understood. He wonders how this will actually work and praises Flame Appear, saying he's truly a genius. His student asks, "So what are you going to do now?" He replies, "Well, it's worth testing out. Let's give it a shot." He then prepares his formula and says, "First, we'll start with Mars. Take the subject's hair and put it into 4 kinds of special magic water: fire, earth, water, and wind. After that, the water changes color." At that moment, one student notices that the blue and green ones are glowing brightly. Merlin asks what he means. Then Aftel. It explains that according to the paper, the darker and shinier the color, the higher your magic rank will be, ranging from E to S class. Both green and blue are bright and shiny colors, so it looks like your water and wind magic are at S rank. Another student checks the tubes and says the other tubes are red and brown, which are lighter colors. That means fire magic is at C rank, and earth magic is at B rank. Everyone was pretty impressed seeing Merlin's aptitude. Afterward, he thinks to himself, "This is actually a pretty big deal. Marilyn probably doesn't care that much about it, but I've known her since she was a kid. That's why I'm familiar with her aptitude, and based on that, this test is absolutely 100% accurate." He goes on to say that until now, we didn't know which kind of magic the child was better at, so we had to teach all the basic magic first, and then slowly figure out which magic she was good at. Only then could we focus on her best magic, which took quite a bit of time up front. But now, as soon as school starts, we'll find out. Actually, we can figure it out right from birth. Someone can focus on it from childhood and get really strong. After that, Aftel wanted to test himself. But Merlin says, "Why bother? You're already one of the top 4 performers." Still, the other students were really curious and wanted to know, and Aftel also wanted to understand his aptitude. He says, "Even if I haven't reached the highest level, I still want to know if what I've worked so hard for actually. I never really had talent, or maybe I did, who knows." One student starts testing him by taking his hair. After studying, he says that I worked not just 10 times harder than everyone else, but a full 100 times harder. Sure, the others worked hard too, but I worked way more than them. But he's shocked to see that his hair has no color in any element. It's completely transparent. The student reads the paper and says that colorless means no aptitude. But for you to have zero aptitude, that's impossible. Even Iftal thinks that's not possible. No. Aptitude means that no elemental spirit will bless you. But why? I'm a lightning apprentice. I thought maybe I messed up the test. That's why I tried again. But even this time, the result was the same. No matter how many times I tried. Then I realized that it always took me longer than others to learn magic. But I never gave up and kept working hard. Thanks to that, today I am a lightning apprentice. I realized that I have to work 100 times harder than others. But he was always behind the other performers and they always did better than him. The reason was pretty simple. I never had any magical aptitude. Now he started vomiting blood again. Merlin brought him some warm water, but afterward he told him to stay outside. He was lying alone in the room and his condition was really bad. He thought to himself, I always believed that one day I'd reach the highest level, but I never managed to cross that wall called talent. In that moment, I felt all mine. He had lost all his desires and hopes. Actually, he never really had any desires or hopes from the start. Struggling with the illness, he begins to cry and says, I wish I had more time. He thought hard work would fix everything, but now all that's left is frustration and he dies in that state. But then a light shines, and it's time for our hero's second reincarnation. He had a skill called reincarnation, but it had been over 50 years, so he had completely forgotten about it. Suddenly, a goddess appears before him, someone he had met before, right in this very place. When? He was reincarnated here from another world for the first time. The goddess says that it's been a long time since we last met, Aftal. Your indomitable skills gave you the strength to never give up. Aftal realizes that's why he always works hard without ever quitting. The goddess goes on to say that now the time has come for your second reincarnation, and this time you can get 2 skills as a starting bonus. So, how about 2x growth? But Aftal declines and says he still has his old magical knowledge. Yeah, so if I could just get a little more time and work harder, that would be enough. The goddess smiles and says, like I thought, even without any aptitude, you made it all the way to 4 errors, and that's not just because of your skill, it's because of your own willpower. But maybe I didn't get that far. After that, the goddess reincarnates him. In his next life, Eftal wakes up and now he's a little kid. At first, he's a bit scared, but then slowly his memories start coming back. He walks out of the room, looks at himself in the mirror and says, I'm Aftal, the Lightning Emperor. Just then his mom, Iria, hugs him from behind and says, Good morning. Aftal says, Mom, I'm having trouble breathing, to which Iria apologizes and takes him to have breakfast. Aftal then explains that the goddess gave him a second incarnation skill, so this is his 3rd life, and when he turns 4, memories from his past self start coming back. He says, this time I'm really going to master magic. Suddenly, he suddenly remembers another memory about how to prepare the water for the magical aptitude test. But he walks out of there feeling down because when he took the test before, his result was the same, meaning he doesn't have any aptitude in this life either. He thinks that once he reaches level 10 this time, he'll hit his limit and won't be able to go any further. Just then, out of nowhere, he sees a dragon, and looking into its eyes, he realizes someone has made it angry. There are a bunch of soldiers chasing after him too, and he was heading towards Dragon Capital, which meant the whole city was in danger. He starts to run, but then he realizes that right now, there's nothing he can do. If he were in his old life when he was at his peak, maybe he could have done something. But now, he's just 4 years old. If only he had known earlier, he would have been born in a body that could use magic. Then he remembers that old spell he made himself. It's his original level 10 spell, Apple. He's shocked to see that the spell is actually working. And then he unleashes a lightning attack that fries the dragon, its chunks starting to fall down. Eftal was stunned that he actually did it. The knights had no idea how he managed to kill it. And now Eftal realizes that this time, he's born with the peak magical ability from his past life, and that too at just 4 years old. And with that, this episode ends right here.